Greetings, YouTube. Today we're looking at the comic book Halcyon, there you go, Halcyon. This is a superhero team book, and it may be one and done. This combination graphic novel may be the whole story, because I having read the whole thing, it really does seem like a complete story. You don't really need to go any further. I'm sure you could. These are comic books. They drive everything into the ground. This was done by Mark Guggenheim, Tara Butters, Ryan Bodenheim, a lot of Heims, and Mark Englert. And the basic premise is that there is a superhero world, like many superhero worlds, and they actually kind of make fun of some of the tropes, like the multiple different universes that there are, and like the same person from different universes are like having a conversation with each other. And the main characters are the superhero team, and I think it's riffing off mostly off of DC, because you got your Superman analog and you got your Batman analog and things like that. So there's mostly, though, one of the characters you could say that she's kind of the super soldier version. I don't know who in the DC universe would be the equivalent to Captain America. Anybody out there can tell me. Feel free. And the basic concept is that the superheroes win. Peace falls across the earth. No one knows why initially, but violence drops off. Completely. And in fact, if people try to refigure out why the violence has dropped off, they lose interest. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of spoilers here, just a little. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. That the main bad guy of the world created a device that pulled this off, to the extent that he himself is affected by the device. So he himself is now peaceful, non-violent. There are a couple of flaws to his plan now, because he is playing a long game here. He didn't do this because he had suddenly turned over a new leaf. This is an evil supervillain plan, but it's a long game. The thing only affects humans, doesn't affect animals. Should have thought of that. And from what I can tell, the device is on Earth. So I'm thinking, does that mean that it only affects people on Earth? Because that would make sense. Yeah, it's a really powerful device and it covers the entire globe, but I can't imagine it would cover beyond the globe. So what happens when we leave? Because if there are no wars, there is no violence, absolute peace amongst human beings, there's no rape, there's no fights, nothing, then humans can turn their attention to more important things, like, say, for example, space exploration, getting off the planet, going to other star systems. And if they can do that, and they get outside the field of this device, they're gonna become violent again. And if you've got the high ground, literally if you're in space outside the planet Earth, and the people on Earth are non-violent, you could very easily blackmail the people on Earth. Do what we say, give us what we want, or we'll drop rocks on you. And there are a lot of rocks out there, lots of them. And it doesn't take much to push one ever so gently into the direction of the planet and destroy something. More effort if you want to aim it, but you just drop one at random to get the point across. So I saw that as the flaw. They don't address that in the comic, but I extrapolated that because that's the kind of guy I am. But the book is beautifully drawn. The cover art is a good example of the style, and then just the characters look awesome. There's a little dog in the bottom, and the story's good. The dialogue's good. There's enough showing, not telling, that I really enjoyed it. It wasn't spoon-fed to you. There wasn't an endless amount of exposition. All in all, it was an excellent read, and I highly recommend this to anyone that loves comics and particularly enjoys the concept of meta commentary on comics. Because I really think that that's where this thing shines, is that it is meta commentary on comic books. So, if you enjoy that kind of thing, I would suggest going out and getting yourself a copy of Halcyon, and I think you'll enjoy it.